Hi, this is Majinoni. Here's my reviews for Green Lantern number 56 and Brightest Day Justice League Generation Lost number 6. There's going to be some spoiler reviews, so if you haven't read your books, please come back. I'm going to go through these kind of quick, just so we can get it over with. There's not a lot of interesting things that happen in this one, at least. Basically, you have the retelling of the origin of Captain Atom in a way. They're talking about, here's the group, how they're getting along in a way. And Max set up a trap for them and an explosion, so he had to basically go off and carry off the energy off into space. The thing exploded. Now he crash lands down on Earth, and he's greeted by some kids, and the kids are like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing, Carrie? Strange!" And they basically run away. Now he understands that he teleported through time because of the explosion. And he's thinking, well, I'm in the past, I got to be careful about things, I don't have any powers right now. So many hours, I think it's like said 18 hours or so later, I should get all this powers back and I'll be good to go. Well, the father comes and he basically tells the farmer that he's part of a circus, and the farmer believes him, even though he's never seen a person dressed like that in the circus. Takes him to his house because he figures, he's hungry, probably needs a place to stay. Well, he figures out what to do. Now, he takes a look outside and he notices that the moon is all jacked up. And as you can see, it's all fragmented. And he's like, wait a second, this isn't right. What year is this? And the guy's like, what, are you kidding me? And he's like, no, what year is this? And it's basically 2351. So instead of going to the past, this is the future. And, Captain Atom's like, well, what happened to the superheroes? Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. And he's like, hey, no talk like that around these here parts. So apparently something really bad happened with the heroes. And basically there was like a war, but the guy doesn't want to talk about it. Well, a passing stranger comes by, and then he says, well, I can take you to somebody who can help you out. So they basically take a journey, and they come to this irradiated land. Now, Captain Atom says, well, I can absorb this radiation if you want to come with me. And the guy's like, no, this is a journey that you're going to have to do on your own. So he goes. Now, basically, there's this crazy woman that the radiation just totally jacked her up. And she's blind, and as you can see, she's totally whacked out. Now, she can't see him, but she recognizes his voice, and she's calling him Nate. And then he's like, who are you? And then he's like, well, I'm, Power Girl. She keeps mentioning there was so much kryptonite, it just totally messed her up completely. All of her powers are gone and everything. And she's forgetting things, but the key words that she presents to Captain Atom is big war, stop Max Lord, he's the one that caused the problems. And right when that happened, poof, he goes back to Earth, to his time period. And he goes back to the Justice League buddies, and he says, look, we gotta stop Max Lord. So I'm going, yeah, we kind of already knew that. Well, this is a foreshadowing episode. It's like, you didn't really need it. We got the gist that he was up to something bad. But I understand the importance of it, because we now know how dangerous Max Lord is. Other than that, the art and stuff like that was fine. There's nothing anything outstanding, just average story. Next up, we have Green Lantern. Now this one, I have to admit, I had to read a couple times because I just got lost in the dialogue. I'm sorry, I've been playing a lot of StarCraft lately, and, my attention has been drawn away from books, so StarCraft has been on my mind. So anyways, Hector here has been dreaming, and he he gets woken up, and by the guards in the cell with water. And he's hearing these voices in his mind, and the person's like, you're going to get escape soon, I need you to do something for me. And he's like, why are you doing this? He's like, I want to do something interesting in the universe, see what happens. So we go to Green Lantern, he's looking for somebody. If you can guess who it is, you win a prize of a pat on the back. Well, basically what's happening is, he's like, is he in here? He's like, yeah, he's in here, he moved in. We've had a lot of complaints. Things have been going missing recently, and by the way, can you get me my car if you happen to see it? So Green Lantern goes in there, and then Christmas lights are everywhere, and then the orange constructs appear, and they attack him, but he fends them off pretty easily. And the place is a disaster, and obviously it's the Orange Lantern. The Orange Lantern, though, is very busy with his time, and he's like, don't bother me, Hal, I got things I gotta do. And he's like, what are you talking about? There's Earth, the universe is in danger. And he's like, no, you don't understand. Oh yeah, and he also mentions please don't steal stuff any longer. And the Orange Lantern goes, don't worry, buddy, I don't need to steal because I learned your secret through your commercials. Your commercials show that your people are just like me, and I know the secret. He knows about Santa Claus. And he's like, once I get that guy and his needy reindeer, I will have everything I would ever want. And Hal's like, there's no such thing as Santa Claus. He's like, I think you're lying because I am standing under a mountain of stuff that proves you wrong. So personally, this made the book for me. I laughed and I enjoyed it. And I give that 5 stars right there. But anyways, Hal's talking about whatever they're called, I forgot what they call them now, but there's the thing inside there that, is the essence of the lanterns, and he wants to know how to seal it in. And then, he's all sidetracked about different things. And that's when somebody steals a lantern, and it's Hector. Well, Hector's basically, I don't understand it. I mean, Hector's using some mental attacks against Hal, but it's mostly trying to get peeks at Carol. And he uses some mental attacks against the Orange Lantern, and finally what happens is he takes the lantern away from him, and then we go to the Blue Lantern, and the Blue Lantern's with the Question, and he's basically putting to rest the Question's friend, who was converted by the Black Lanterns. And he basically says, look, sometimes you gotta take away your mask to, let yourself cry. It's part of the healing process. So, it's basically hopeful that she'll become a better person. And, he goes flying away. Well, anyways, there's a little battling here, and what eventually happens is, like I said, Hector takes his lantern away from him, and he gets some visions of other things that are going on. I guess you can say foreshadowing different parts that are going to be important later. And Hector eats the lantern, and he's like, well, I think I know you mentioned about sealing it, and I think it was rather difficult, but to unseal it, basically, Hector just had to eat him. And he became that thing, whatever it's called. And that's where it ends. Well, like I said, I mean, it's like, I'm kind of curious about the Orange Lanterns and the other lanterns, but it just didn't wow me. Even though it really did have that funny moment, I just didn't think it had anything special, except for Santa Claus. And the Brightest Day, it was just an average story, nothing special. I thought the artwork was pretty good here, though, and I really liked the design of Hector as the Orange Lantern thing. Other than that, they're basically just filler episodes to get to the final product. So that's basically what I think of them. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it on the side. Subscribe to the channel. We'll have a new comic day coming up, and tomorrow, so we'll hopefully have some good books. And until next time.